I really enjoyed the aspect of actually taking care of your body, taking care of how you look, and also it's very nice to dress up at times, but at the same time I enjoyed to not have that constant pressure to look up to a certain standard all the time here in the Netherlands. Welcome everyone to Life with Liza podcast. Our mission at Life with Liza is to share people's stories and the challenges that they have overcome so that those who are listening in can get the strength, the courage and the hope to be their better selves. Today we have a special edition episode and I am your guest and I'll be sharing my stories, my experiences with you. I hope you're enjoying this solo episode. And the topic for today's episode is femininity. And it could be quite controversial these days. So let me first share a bit more about my background, my stories, and why am I talking about femininity with you today. So I wanted to mention something, I wanted to share where I'm coming from. So I am originally from Ukraine, as you might know, so very much from Eastern Europe, but I have moved to the Netherlands when I was 17, which is pretty much Western Europe. And of course, there were so many cultural differences in both countries. And I think it was very beneficial for me to see both of the cultures, both of the countries' cultures, because then I also realized how much of things that I used to believe true is just cultural. But at the same time, I started noticing and appreciating things that I liked in each culture, and I saw things that I disliked in each culture, mentality of the country. So in Ukraine and Eastern Europe, people pay a lot of attention towards their looks, how much they weigh, what they eat, they do all of these diets, they would not go throw out the garbage if their hair and makeup is not done, etc. So it's like a lot of pressure on girls to look a certain way. And I remember feeling that pressure throughout my whole school and high school to dress up, to be stylish, to not gain weight, etc. And like felt like so much pressure. And then also I remember, I think I shared it one of the previous episodes, but I used to weigh myself every day in the evening. I see and monitor how my weight changes. So very much focused on the looks. And then when I moved to the Netherlands, I felt relieved because here people didn't weigh themselves, they didn't really care that much about how they look. They, just to explain a bit more, basically I never saw anyone like really wearing heels or going to events being properly dressed up, etc. So it was very interesting to experience this complete difference in the approaches to life. In one country, people just will not go out of the house to throw away the trash if they're not properly dressed up, and in the other country, people would go to a fancy party just wearing jeans and some shirt. So very interesting. And then I started looking also at other different aspects of society, but I think something that was very striking to me was that in Ukraine and Eastern Europe, guys would always open the doors, help you with the luggage, with the heavy things, basically like all of this, like do this ladylike, gentleman-like things. And then here in Amsterdam, that never happens. And guys never open the door, never help you with the heavy things, and it was such a striking contrast. And then I started just looking at it and I see what I like from different cultures. And I think for me, there was something very interesting because I really enjoyed the aspect of actually taking care of your body, taking care of how you look. And also it's very nice to dress up at times. But at the same time, I enjoyed to not have that constant pressure to look up to a certain standard all the time here in the Netherlands. And I love that a lot. And at the same time, I loved how empowered women were here in the Netherlands, that they could pursue all of these different opportunities work-wise and basically open their businesses and do whatever. They were very much empowered to do that. But at the same time, I didn't really enjoy this. Basically, I felt like it's pushed a bit too much to the other side, because I still wanted to enjoy those small nice aspects of being a girl, having the door open for you, and guys doing all of these gentleman like things. So the reason why I'm comparing and showing you this different perspective is just to give you a bit more understanding of where I came from and what kind of experiences I've had, and I'm curious to hear if you also had similar experiences. And I feel like it's almost pushed to two different extremes. In Eastern Europe it's pushed to one extreme, and then here in the Nordic countries it's pushed to another extreme. So in Eastern Europe it's a complete obsession with the looks for girls, and in Western Europe it's like it doesn't matter at all. And I would say that the truth, at least for me, is somewhere in between. I think it's very good to actually take care of yourself and to be fully in that feminine energy, because feminine energy is beautiful. To actually make your hair nice and to put nice clothes, it's so nice. And at the same time, so I think that's a great aspect from the Eastern Europe, but at the same time I feel like that's not the most important thing about you, and just keep that in mind and to not feel that pressure, basically what the Western approach to life gave to me. So I think it's somewhere in between, and the reason why I really wanted to make this video and to bring my point across, I feel like so many girls these days are quite confused, because they have all of these natural instincts, because we want to look nice, but then if you are growing up in the Western country, they can be suppressed, because you could be like, oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, how you look, you don't really need to take care of yourself, you know, people should just love you the way you are. And that's true, because we are all equal as souls, as Tony Robbins is saying, but at the same time it's very nice to look your best, because then you also feel so much better. So, and I feel like whenever I personally push too hard on my masculine side and not embrace my feminine side, I feel like a certain lack, because I'm actually not in my highest power. So if I'm trying to do like, be very masculine, just okay, problem solution, go, 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 and then not being in my feminine, where like letting the things flow and stuff like that, and being very gentle and everything that is feminine, I feel like I'm not in my full power. And I think that's the disconnect that I see in the Western world these days, that a lot of women just don't know how to express their feminine side, and they try to feel more powerful through pushing towards the max of their masculine side without realizing that they don't have to, because there's so much power in the feminine energy as well, and they can access it. They don't have to become a man basically to be powerful. So I just wanted to share this concept. I hope it helps you. I hope it provides you at least some guide and light to where in this confusing things of feminine and masculine energy. And yeah, let me know if it did help. I really wanted to be someone who can give you that perspective and share my personal experiences and see how you can just see what works best for you, but at least to know that it's perfectly fine to be tuned in with your feminine energy and enjoy all of these girly things that we get to do. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you did, because it was something that I am not usually doing, so I'll be waiting for you in the comments or in the messages. Please let me know, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Please subscribe to the channel, it will mean the world to me, and yeah, see you tomorrow.